How's it going, Crit Boosters? It is your host with the biggest afro here, Crit Status, and today I bring you another build video, although this one's going to be a little different. I've been looking at a few different things and how people do their build videos, and I've noticed that they also include some background gameplay of them actually using whatever build they're talking about, and I thought that I'd dabble a little bit in that. So on today's video, we are going to be covering the main weapon of today's showcase, the Sword and Shield. Now, with this, I've fallen in love with Sword and Shield over the past couple of weeks, and after some talking with some friends in our Discord server, link in the description by the way, we've come up with a very special build, along with a few others that I came up with personally that'll match for a beginner build, an intermediate build, and a master build. So timestamps to each are going to be on screen now, so in case you want to jump from a beginner build or just see what the master build looks like, or if you just want to look at all three and don't necessarily have the time for it, or if you just kind of want to nitpick here and there, it doesn't really matter. Timestamps are going to be here on screen and in the description box below, so that way you can jump to whichever build you wish to see. But of course, right now you are seeing the gameplay footage of our first build, the beginner build. Now, as always, the beginner build doesn't have any decorations that come with it. With this armor set, we are going to be using various different pieces, 3 of them going to be from the Bone Tree, 1 the Odogaron Coil Alpha, and the Dauber Greaves Alpha, which is the upgraded version of the Bone Tree. It's honestly a reskin in my opinion, but it looks really, really cool. And the skills that we get with it are Critical Eye level 7, Attack Boost level 5, Health Boost level 3, Sluggard level 2, Mushroomancer level 2, Part Breaker level 1, and Speed Sharpening level 1. This is going to be basically the build that everyone could go to at the earliest point in the game as possible. Of course, after fighting Odogaron a few times and even going out of your way to farm for the materials for the Dauber Greaves, that is definitely going to be something to help out. It is an early stage build for those that are just getting into Sword and Shield but don't quite have the decorations, or necessarily are just starting in Iceborne and haven't gotten too far and want to actually start dabbling into Sword and Shield. It comes with 2 level 3 decoration slots and 4 level 2 decoration slots, just in case you do have some decorations you like to slot into it. I've left them blank, along with also adding a Master's Charm level 4 into this as well, just to push that critical eye even further. But the charm isn't necessarily required, although if you do wish to push your damage just that little bit further with critical, then that's definitely going to be an option. I've maxed mine out. It is definitely something that's going to be grindy, and you're going to need a few different parts from the Guiding Lands in order to max out your Master's Charm, but feel free to slot an attack charm in its place, or do whichever you prefer. Mix and match this armor set. This is just the bare minimum that you would need to actually truly capitalize on using Sword and Shield. And not only that, but the background gameplay footage can definitely showcase some of the best moments that you'd have with this. I had a lot of fun taking down this Pookie with just the low level stuff. And of course, this is unupgraded as well, so the defense is actually pretty strong if, you know, you were to consider your defense in a sense. So that's what we have for the first build. And with that being said, we are going to go ahead and dive our way into the second build. Now for the second build, it is definitely an intermediate build. This is going to be using a bunch of event armor sets, one of them being the Oolong Hair Alpha from the Appreciation Festival, and the rest is going to be the buff armor from the Double Rajang event quest. This one is basically built around Agitator and Heroics. Although the decorations you can definitely move around with, I haven't necessarily used any double decorations because this is an intermediate build, and something that if you've been playing the base game for a while and are dipping into Iceborne and wanted to mix and match, you hopefully should have a few of these decorations already. If not, don't fret, you can swap these out for whatever you need to. It still comes pretty good with just base stats alone, and you'll be able to maximize everything that you can put in this. Along with an attack charm level 5 or a level 4 attack charm, I believe that's in there. Actually no, I think that's level 6. I could very well be wrong. I can't count, okay? But this build is technically going to be for the intermediate set. It is one strong and powerful build to use with any Sword and Shield, by the way. I'm using the Royal Nova Sword, which is from the Guild Palace upgraded tree, mainly for the aesthetic look, but you can use any Sword and Shield in the midst of this build, or any of the builds that you actually see that will suit your playstyle better. If you want to go for statuses, go ahead. If you like to use something for raw damage or element, then by all means do so. It is absolutely incredible, and a build that I genuinely love to use. This is an intermediate mainly because of the fact that it is indeed using some high level decorations, and it is using some high level armor that will require you to go up against the Lights of Rajang, both in the event quest and pieces from the Guiding Lands as well. And also my shield is health augmented, so we can always be regenerating health with every hit that we take, or every hit that we give. And we also have our Vitality Mantle and Temporal Mantle Plus that I leave open for interpretation for you guys to use. The mantles aren't necessarily essential, but this is just my personal playstyle in the midst of it, so if that's something that you fancy, or if you want to switch out your mantles for something else a little bit better, then by all means you can do so. With these sets, we are getting Attack Boost level 7, Critical Eye level 6, Agitator level 5, and Heroics level 5, Critical Boost level 3, Weakness Exploit level 2, Fortify, and Resuscitate. Fortify and Resuscitate are just a byproduct of the armor set, but all in all, it is still a very, very powerful set. As you can see from the background gameplay, we were going up against Viper Tobikadachi, and we were absolutely rocking his world for a little bit. Me and some friends actually ended up tagging along in this one, but nonetheless, this armor set is very, very powerful, and I genuinely love using it, especially since they recently updated and buffed the Perfect Rush. It is definitely pumping out some insane damage numbers, and it will pump out even more with the next build that I'm going to be showing you. And this one is going to be a showcase of the Tigrets that we went up against in the arena as well, with the Master build. Now with the Master build, this isn't by all ways nowhere near perfect, because there are some things that I could definitely work on, but right now I believe that this is as best as it's going to get. I do have a lot of extra critical boosts with the midst of this, and our crit chance does pass 100%, which means that some of these decorations can be taken out and replaced with other things, but my OCD likes to see perfect numbers and perfect things filled up, so this is what we've got working with. We are going to be using pieces from both Rajang, Ruiner Nerkagante, Yangaruga, along with 2 pieces of the buff body, so that way we can max out our Agitator. So with the skills that we have here, we have Attack Boost level 7, Critical Boost level 7, Agitator level 5, Health Boost level 3, Critical Boost level 3, and Weakness Exploit level 3, along with 1 point in earplugs, Fortify, Resuscitate, and Free Meal. With this is probably the strongest that it's going to get. With the Perfect Slash, or the Slash Rush, or Perfect Rush, whatever the heck this move is called, I am able to hit up between 100 to 300 damage with each consecutive perfect hit. And it's honestly kind of insane, and that's just on a normal spot. If I were to tenderize some of these spots, who knows how much damage I would be getting from it. But you're always critting all the time, and with Agitator active, you're getting that extra bump in damage as well. Although with Tigrets, it's probably not the best example to show whenever he's in rage, mainly because he jumps around a lot, and it's one heck of a mess in the midst of it all. So with this build, you basically have reached peak damage. Although this could be pushed further, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Share some of your Sword and Shield builds, and see if you can't compare it to this, or maybe even help improve upon it. But the background gameplay is showcasing the peak that you can actually get with this damage, and something that I found to be very, very enjoyable, and this is the build that I have been using for the longest amount of time with the Sword and Shield. It is definitely very good for raw damage, although you could swap out some of these skills for elemental things. For example, you could technically switch out some of the armor set to include Silver Rathalos, and also put some of an elemental charm on with the elemental Sword and Shield, and really start letting the monster have it in terms of damage. There's so many different routes that you can take with the Sword and Shield. It's very versatile, it keeps you moving, it's very mobile, and is able to pump out some insane damage numbers when the opportunity presents itself. I have absolutely fallen in love with the longsword ever since picking up this weapon and trying it out on stream, and now that I have builds for it, I'm definitely going to be using this a lot more. And hopefully you guys will use these builds too. If this video was helpful for you in any sort of way, please consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel if you're new, so that you don't miss a single bit of Monster Hunter content, and just in general any video game content that we post on here as well. If you want to play with me on stream, or be a part of a Monster Hunter video, or just need some help in Monster Hunter in general, our Discord invite link is going to be down in the description below. Feel free to stop by, I'm always going to be there, and I'm always going to be hunting. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I will see you guys next time for some more Monster Hunter shenanigans. Wait, how do I end this video again?